Mile one, and my mile one question is how/why did I start running? I started running because I always wished I was a runner. And I just got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna prove to myself that I can. So in like 2008, I just decided I'm gonna do it. And I started doing it. And I'm not fast. I'm never gonna be fast. But I proved to myself that I could do it. So, and now it's just a kind of a point of, since I'm not a fast runner, that it's more about the accomplishment of doing it. Mile 2. Why am I training for this half marathon? It was a goal for myself this year, was to run a half marathon, because I have not ran a half marathon since a full marathon. I've done 10-miler and some shorter races, 10Ks, but I have not done a half. So that's why I'm training for this one. Mainly just a goal. Mile 3. What is my proudest running accomplishment so far? I mentioned it in the last question. Definitely the marathon in 2023. That's something that I never had any inclination to do, but something just told me I needed to run that one, and I did it. And I just felt like I could do it, and I did. And you never really know until you do it. But yeah, that's definitely my proudest accomplishment so far. Mile 4 question. What is the hardest part of training for me? That would be actually running. And I kind of say that to be funny, but I kind of don't. It's the truth. Running does not come easy to me, so it's really tough. And right now, it's the sweat because it's running in my eyes. But also, finding the time to get it in. Oh, goodness. Sometimes it's tricky to get the time to get especially long runs in. Okay, my mile 5 question. Do I run with music or podcasts? Lately, mostly podcasts. Like right now, I'm listening to Pod Meets Twirled. And then I think there's one true crime one, Crossing the Line, that I haven't listened to. And I think I've got a Disney podcast, Addicted to the Mouse, from this past week I haven't listened to. So I don't know if they'll get me through the rest of my run. If they don't, I'll switch over to music for the last little bit. For a while, I didn't do either because I got used to running with Amanda and not having any, just talking, so it felt kind of weird. But since I haven't really ran with Amanda in a while, I've gotten back into having to have something to listen to. In my running belt today, well, I'm not wearing my running belt, but in my pockets, I have my phone, my car key, some wipes and hand sanitizer, some candy for snacks, and I'm carrying a water. And I think that's all. It's not much more in my running belt, usually some chapstick or something like that. This check-in is my funnest or most awkward running moment. And of course, I've been running a long time, so I've got several, I guess, but most of them probably involve falling or things like that. Probably the most one that I can remember the best is one time I was at the gym and I was still using corded headphones, and my hand got hung up in the cord and it hit the treadmill and went flying off to the back of the room. Luckily the phone was okay, but it was still a little embarrassing. Mile 8. What is my favorite post-run treat? I'm gonna go with Taco Bell with the Dr. Pepper, of course. That's especially my long runs. That's usually what I end up getting is Taco Bell and a Dr. Pepper. But like I said, that's my lunch for today when I finish this one. So counting down the miles to Taco Bell. Mile 9 question. My dream racer location. I honestly don't really have one. Maybe New York or Boston or Hawaii. Those would probably be the only places I'd really want to run a marathon again if I didn't do Disney again. But I don't really have any intentions, but I don't really have a dream one. Mile 10 question. What mantra or phrase do I use to get through when it gets tough? One of the main ones is, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Another one is, to get stronger, you have to push against something stronger than you. And number 3, the faster you run, the faster you're done. Of course, that last one only takes you so far because my legs are not that fast. Mile 11. Where do I see myself as a runner a year from now? Probably the same place I am now. Hopefully, maybe I can get a little bit of my speed. When I say speed back, because I've never been fast. But I'd like to lose a little bit of weight, and I think that'll help some. So, other than that, probably about the same. Mile 12. What is a non-running goal that I'm chasing right now? I'm going to say to try to reach and touch as many people as I can. And I feel like YouTube is a way to do that. So far I'm not succeeding, so maybe another little side goal in there is to help my YouTube channel grow. But I've always said that if I can make one person's life better because I lived, then I have succeeded in giving my life purpose. So that's kind of where I'm chasing right now. Mile 12 and a half, end of workout question. What is the number one piece of advice that I would give someone just starting out on their running journey? That would be, give yourself grace. You're not going to go out running probably even 1 mile to begin with. Build slow. You'll get there. Push yourself past what's comfortable or you'll never grow. But definitely give yourself grace. Don't get mad at yourself because you're not running, 12-minute miles, let alone 6-minute miles. Because that may not be you. You have your own story to tell, and you have to give yourself grace to tell that story. So if the best you can do is a 14-minute mile, you're still doing better than you were when you were sitting on the couch, or anybody sitting on the couch. So I guess like my biggest thing is just give yourself grace.